Hi, welcome to a Prep With Me video. This morning I'm sorting out pencil cases. So this is a little area we have in the conservatory, which is in the winter is our art station. I just use these little cubes to fill little art supplies. It's looking a bit dishevelled because over the summer we don't really use it out here and everything just kind of gets quickly run in and grab bits and it's too hot and it just kind of gets dumped. So I'm going to sort that out all nice and fresh and ready to inspire them with creative things for this term. So I've just cleaned out the shelf and half the jars are empty or need refilling, so I'm going to sort out what's in the back shelf there. Just cleared the painting basket and put everything back where it should be, and a little splash mat. So we've got various sketch pads here with different papers. They've all got a watercolour tin each. There's paintbrushes here. Keep a little jar of water so they can use it in here as the taps across the other side of the house. Got pastels, and then in here they've got their drawing books. I've got all this paper free, and they like making books so they can use that for that. And they've got their art pads here as well. So we've got 2 tubs of different kinds of sequins here, just kind of stick and paste. So we've got some empty jars up here. Some pens that may well have dried out a bit, so I'll sort that one out as well. So this is where I'm up to. So we've got a jar of craft leaves, a jar of craft mushrooms and craft spheres with holes in. Just put this little person here as an idea of what they can make with those. Glue spreaders, a jar of feathers, the sequins. We have this little grater that to do great chalk. I have to ask for that now, there'd be chalk everywhere. There's lolly sticks, drink stirrers, little lollipop sticks for different craft things, glue. We have a tub of just cut up little squares material. We used it for a Africa craft project once, I think, like paper mache but with material. So there's loads of that left. We've got pens. Art bits, and up here we've got some of these. We've got some different threads. We've got a little jar of these roly paint things, pom-poms, mosaic tiles and grout. We've got little craft sticks, paint sticks. We've also got these water tubs for doing some big painting. So I've put the things my toddler don't know how to get hold of, like pens and glue and lots of things to tip out of her reach. Toddlers always have a surprisingly long reach, so even though this is quite a tall chest of drawers, you never know. So I'm sticking this basket next to it all, which is going to be our junk basket. Been saving up bits of clean recycling and we'll continue to add to it over the next, just going forward to keep replenishing it. So I'll just stock that up. So I'll stock this up with lots of little bits, lots of lids and tubs and inspiring bits of junk for junk modelling. So I'll just keep topping that up as it gets used quite quick, I imagine. So I maybe a couple of bits I may need to buy. This is stuff we already had. So I've got one more sort of stationery craft shop to do. Could do with some sort of crafty papers. I've added some of these animal print tissue papers and some stencils in as well. So now it's all kind of clear and ready. I can just keep poking bits in as I come across them. I just accumulate craft things, and if I don't use them all the time, then they just sit hidden. The children don't know they're there, and I forget to put them out. So I've only done this the last year, and it's just helped inspire the children to be more creative. So they see the things there and they think, what can I make, what can I do? Helps to curb boredom and encourage creativity, just to have some access to art supplies. I admit I'm not brave enough to put things like glitter out, as that's just every parent's worst nightmare. That is a supervised thing. So there are some things that they need to ask for, like clay, and if they want to do the mosaics, I'll find them the shapes and things to do them on. But the idea is that it's just there, and it can help inspire kind of child-led investigation, creation, inventing things, and junk modelling. So it's just one way that I find useful to help the children to be inspired and to follow their interests. So we have a notice board in our mini dining room, and this is where we kind of have any unit studies or bits and bobs put up on during the term. If there's nothing up in there, then we just use it to display children's artwork and things. I'm going to fill it with our first nature unit, which is weather, so I'm going to add the bits to that now. So that's the weather board done. I've just stuck up some bits from Twinkle and some bits from the actual weather unit. Different posters and things. So, and I'll just put a book basket of books about weather underneath it, and that's going to be another kind of prompt for the children to investigate and explore that as well outside of what we're doing. So I'm repurposing this trolley into a system that we used a few years ago. It's been used for many things over the years, and we used to use it as an afternoon trolley, and that worked really well for us for a while. And I'm hoping to try and do that again with it. The idea behind it was just that I put all the things that I needed for an afternoon activity in each drawer, so that whatever we felt like in the afternoon, I could just grab a drawer and everything we needed for that activity was in there ready. I'm so put off by having to gather bits and, you know, sort of, oh, I didn't buy that in time, I didn't do this, we can't do that experiment, or we can't do that activity. So to kind of combat that in myself, I came up with this, and it worked very well. So I'm hoping to do that, mainly based around our science and our nature units, and just the odd other activity that I'd like to do with them. So I'm going to just start filling the drawers for that. So I've just stuck our weather and space main bits in there, and then I'm just filling each tray with different experiments and bits we'll need for various things. You see, this is the kind of list that makes me groan inside, so having it already here makes such a big difference. And I've just got a couple of bits I need to source, I know that I need to find before we can do that activity. So it's just such a big help, just filling the last tray. So tomorrow is our first day, and we're just going to do intro in the afternoon to our science unit, which is just going to be making a big fun space poster with all the planets, lots of painting, sticking. So I'm just preparing the bits to try and make that go more smoothly with 5 children. So I've got some bits I printed off Twinkle just to show me the order and size of the solar system bits. I'm just trying to cut out some planets and things to go on our poster. I'm going to have it all ready in the drawer, and then just a list of things that I need to get out that don't fit in, like paints and things like that. So I'm going to do that now. So one of the things we're trying this term is to have the children doing work each morning, some days less than others, and on Fridays doing something completely different, a time to do things different to the rest of the week. So I've made a separate box for each child as their Friday morning box. I will switch them up a little bit as we go through the term. If there's too much in them, I'll take something out. I want them to be quite quick on a Friday morning, so that we can still go out and do something, but they still are able to be consistent with their spelling curriculums and things like that by having a little spelling review on a Friday. So this is my 10-year-old's box, what I'm putting in his. I'm putting his fun school journal in. This will switch between this fun school journal and the literature one that I showed in his pics. Putting in his reading pathways for a Friday. They're just doing Matthew C for four days, and then they're going to do humble maths. So his is money, fractions and telling of time, and a little times table review on a Friday. They've all got a little spelling book in their Friday trays, and then they've all got an art book as well. So his is going to be how to draw people step by step. So he'll really enjoy this. He's arty, so it'll just help him with his drawing of people. So he's going to do that as well. The older three have also all got the spelling journals to file away their spellings. Then he'll also have different audio books and things like that in there to listen to. So this week he's got a Shakespeare, The Winter's Tale, and an audio book there to listen to. Something a bit different that I use in our homeschool, different seasons, as and when I feel it's useful, is dictaphones. So each of the 4 school-age children will have a dictaphone in their Friday box, and that will be what their spelling review is. I'll pre-record their spelling words, and they can just put them on and do them in their spelling book whenever they're ready, so they don't have to wait around for me. So that's always worked well in the past. It's also good for dictation and things when we're having a busy phase in life and I'm not always able to be there for each child, or they're not working so well independently, or we go through a phase where I just feel like everyone's calling me to help them all the time. It's nice to kind of pace things out, and I can be lovely patient mum on the dictaphone helping them out. And I also put little other bits on the dictaphone as well, sometimes instructions of what to do with things, little stories, a little secret mission for the day, sort of character building things. So there's lots of options with that. So that is my 10-year-olds. So I say these will swap and change as the term goes on. The next one is my 5-year-olds. So in hers I'm going to put her phonic pathways for Friday. Also got this little thing for £2, just little snakes and ladders games we can do together, 1 to 100, to practice number recognition and counting. She's also got a drawing pad, and I printed off some of these drawing guides from Twinkle for her to do. And I've also got, which we purchased a few years ago, this from the Good and the Beautiful Vintage Images, that she could move on to after that. I put in her skip counting teapots, 10 to 100, and number recognition cards as well. She's also still waiting for her Matthew C. skip counting book and CD to arrive, as I haven't ordered the boys' next maths yet, as they're not quite ready for it, and that will go in here when that arrives. She also has a dictaphone, but I haven't used that with her yet. She doesn't do spelling tests or anything, so I've just stuck it in there so I know where it is. My 8-year-old, so I'm repurposing this, which I've ripped out the pages we've used, and she's going to use this as her spelling test book at the end of the week. And she's also got a spelling test journal somewhere to put her spelling words away. She's doing her Telling the Time book for maths on a Friday, and I've also put in the Matthew C. time poster for a bit of extra practice for time that she can use with the blocks. On the weeks that it's due to be done, she'll do her little vocabulary workbook on a Friday. And I've put in just fun schooling storybook. She's already started it, so she'll do that on a Friday. Then she's got her A4 sketch pad, and it's her that will be doing the Woodland Animals and Simple Steps art book for her Friday art. And then she's got her dictaphone as well. And my 11-year-old has got his dictaphone. He's going to do his Prima Latina Latin on a Friday. He's going to do his handwriting lessons through literature. He's got a Humble Maths 10 to 14 decimals, percents and fractions that he's going to do on a Friday, as long with his times table book. I've also then put in his little, he uses this little book just to keep his Latin words in, his spelling test book, and he's also got his spelling journal in there too. For his art, he's got acrylic art paper pad. It still hasn't arrived, his art. I don't know why it's taken so long. He's having an acrylic art step-by-step guide that he will be doing. And I've got him some, well, I already had some canvases and things in our art stash, that once he gets confident with it, he can do a couple of art canvases and he can have them on the wall around his desk. There's also one more thing to arrive for his. Very annoying when things don't arrive on time when you need them. Hoping it will come today, which is an Ochre Books pack on circuits. So on a Friday afternoon is going to be our hobby afternoon every week, and the thing that he's chosen as his main hobby to nurture during this term is circuits and robotics and sort of breadboards and stuff like that. So in the physics section of the KS3 Ochre Books thing, there's a little booklet on circuits. I'm sure it'll pop up in one of my videos at some point, but that's going to go in here as well for him. So he's also going to use his life skills fun schooling journal on a Friday afternoon as part of his hobby things as well. It's got a bit of trial and error to see what takes people a while and what's quite quick. I want the Fridays to be quite swift, at least for the younger three, and to be done quite quickly, so it's a day they can look forward to. They always enjoy all the hobby stuff, so on the days that we're home on a Friday, it'll be just Friday boxes and hobby bits and just kind of a more chilled vibe. Now we're storing all our educational bits. I've just switched the calyx to a bigger one, as we only had a 4x4, and it's all looking much better now that we've got a bit more space on there. So got their Friday boxes here. They're all, each child is colour coordinated. They all know their colour, everything they have pencil cases, workboxes all has their colour on. I've left names off just because I don't, I'm trying not to have them appear in videos, and it's just easier. They know which colour is theirs anyway. Swapped out our lounge basket as well. I've put this audiobook to do for over breakfast when I'm not doing a read aloud. Some Latin and Greek words, catechism, books that we're keeping in there. This is the Church Rocks book. It's like a Catholic Church history book. I've also put in this practical commentary on Holy Scripture, which I got the tip from the Scholar Rosa. So it does the Bible story and then does like a commentary explanation of it. I thought that was quite good. Also available in New Testament. Also have Catechism in Stories, quite a pricey book but very good. Tells little stories and then ties it in with the church teaching and catechism. I've also got in here our Go to Joseph, which we still haven't done. It keeps coming in every term, and I hope that we'll get to it, which is a Joseph consecration. Got this little manners download, the Holy Sacrifice of the Mass study guide that I shared in my free resources, some Latin prayers we want to learn. We're carrying on with our virtues from Scholar Rosa. Got some prayer bits there. The Old Good and the Beautiful safety unit, we're just sort of working through that as a discussion thing, not as an actual thing that we're writing about. And then I've just added in our map tracing, because the children seem to listen better when they've got their hands busy, so I thought we may as well do something educational while they're doing it, as they've got colouring in other topics. And we've just got some prayers and stuff from the Scholar Rosa site that we're learning here. So that's our kind of morning time / prayer basket. And this little book that I'm just finishing reading to my 8-year-old. So I think that's us all ready to start our new term and our new school year tomorrow. And please don't think that you have to do all these things and go to all these links to Home Educate. You don't. I'm just the kind of person that really likes to organise and enjoys the preparation. So I get to kind of use that in my home ed. I would say that it's you can home edit in hundreds of different ways and in a far more relaxed way than I do. I just thought I'd share for any sort of geeky organisers like me, as I know that I enjoy these kind of videos, to kind of be inspired by other people's ideas and things like that to implement. I hope it's been useful to someone. Thank you very much for watching.